God, I was about to say something terrible.
It just features of the punch.
Wait. I wish it didn't record it when I clicked record. Because it always
You wish it didn't announce it.
yeah.
So you can
All right.
sneaky do it.
I thought it only does it on my end. I was hoping it would not.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think you want to do that ever.
I'm looking tan over here.
Yeah, it must be nice to go on vacation every other week. Turks and Caicos.
Sure is.
Unbelievable.
Your car.
This guy goes places.
He go places.
He go places. God, I can't even finish. I can't finish.
He go plays.
That's it.
That's
You
it.
ruined it.
We're done. Move on to the next one. You'll get them next time, Jim.
Man, you misspeak one time. That's it.
Yeah.
What if I just default to "fuck you"?
Joke's over.
Jimmy, your lighting looks significantly better this episode.
Yeah, I moved the light over there and I turned it down a little bit.
You turned it down.
Ah.
Oh, should I
I
turn this
turned
one
it
down?
down. Yeah.
I mean,
No, I think you're good, Tommy.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe one day you guys will get a professional setup, but we'll see.
Well, we did sign a lease officially to the
Oh.
unit below the unit I talked about in the first episode, which is
How far away is it from where you are?
What's
now?
your address for the people watching?
I'll give you my bank account number as well. There's not much in there, but
Hey.
you can have that.
Episode 3, address. 4, social security number.
Piece of
5 is account and routing number to your bank account.
Yeah.
6 is your crypto wallet.
God.
So stupid. But it's in the same apartment complex. So it's I'm just
In your
moving
current
down.
in your current one or
Yeah, current apartment
Oh.
complex. That's
This
great.
is the 3rd unit you've now lived in this apartment complex.
Yeah.
God,
I've never. Have
cannot
you
get
ever
away.
seen somebody do this?
I love
No.
this place. It's
No.
the location. You can't beat the location. The price is actually very reasonable. It's like, do the apartments leave much to be desired? Yes, of course they do. But
Yeah, as you
It's a
can see
reasonable
right
pro-
behind your head.
yeah, as you can see, the
As you can
appliances.
see, I'm in the kitchen currently.
To,
I'm in my
the viewers
podcast
watching,
studio, the
Tommy's
kitchen.
apartment is everything that you can see there.
Yep.
There's some stuff there, and that's it.
Can you
That's
pan
it.
the camera a little bit so people
I,
can see
I
your
probably can't. Hopefully, you can see.
sorry apartment?
Yeah,
There it is. There's the
There
whole
you go.
living room.
Yeah, you can't really see it that
yeah.
well.
You can't see because it's kind
Yeah.
of dark. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Oh wow, that bumped up. A
Yeah,
Peloton.
that is a studio apartment in the.
It's a 1-bedroom,
That was a 1-bedroom.
and this is my girlfriend. That's no, you don't have to turn it on. Thank you though.
Oh, get Kaylin out of there.
Let's just
Yeah,
say-
Caitlin,
let's
get
just
out of here.
say Caitlin. What could Caitlin possibly have to do right now?
She's going visiting a friend for dinner.
My math
friends,
teacher's turning 50.
He goes, my math teacher's turning 50.
God.
All right, bye.
Can't tell if I'm red from laughing or just sunburn.
Yeah, that must be nice. But no, I'm moving in the same apartment complex, which I'm very excited for because I live off of.
God, I gotta edit. I gotta edit more now.
Mark the time.
More
Gee.
editing for Michael.
Let's
But,
just leave all this out. Anyway, so tell us about your apartment, Tom.
So it's just a great location, and so it's way easier to just move in the apartment complex. And I feel like I'm gonna be there for 1 year until I become an attending, and at that point, it's like who knows where I'm gonna be at. So what's the point of making some grand move and then moving 12 months later, a la Jim, every
So
12
you-
months of his life for the past 10 years?
That's true. So you've been in that apartment complex for 5
4
years?
Yeah, this
4
will be the-
years?
Yeah, this is my 4th year. It'll be the 5th year next year. It'll be my
4th year, 3 apartments.
3 units within the same apartment complex.
I just
You
keep
went
going. It went from a
went-
studio
Yeah.
to a 1-bedroom, and now it's a
So
2-bedroom.
your
Oh
car.
my God.
I'm the epitome of Sil.
Your car. Because you're stupid.
Yeah, you really you're keeping them in business. Your
Yeah.
property management.
They
company.
love us here, man. They're
Does
they
your
keep
rent
showing us
go up
apartments
every year?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've gone up. I mean,
Oh, I
only a
guess
little
because you
bit.
moved. But do you know if your rent would be going up if you stayed there?
Yeah, I think they were for my unit. Now they were going to go up like, God, it wasn't a lot. It was only like $25 this year. In the past, it's gone up like $50.
25. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
they
nothing.
don't do it as aggressively anymore because I think they got a little shook by everything the
Yeah.
last 2 years.
it's definitely not as bad
can't-
as it was.
I always wonder that though. But if they if they raise the rent too high and someone's like, no, can't they like counter and be
Yeah.
like,
That's what
You know what I
happens
mean?
nowadays is you negotiate.
yeah,
Oh,
it's not like they're not be like, oh,
I
we're
negotiate right
raising
now.
yeah, no, they're not going to raise
You
the rent
counter
from like,
offer prior to COVID, at least to my knowledge, like it was like, okay, this is what the rent is, end of discussion. But
yeah,
like nowadays, like I bumped up rent in my properties, and they come back and they're like, if you don't meet me halfway, I'm moving. And I'm like, okay.
Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah,
Never mind. Stay where it's at.
Yeah. Then I looked at the mortgage. I'm like, I don't want to pay that.
I don't want to pay that for any month.
No. So yeah, we were staying there, but there's a second bedroom that will be the new podcast studio, streaming studio,
Slash
podcast
Michael,
studio.
slash Michael's bedroom.
Yeah, slash Michael's bedroom and Jim's bedroom. Actually, probably
Yes.
not. Jim, no chance. Actually, well, maybe he'll come.
No, probably not.
I'm thinking I'll probably come visit over the summer.
Yeah, we'll be just
Summer's
you.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
summer's great.
Oh, dude, like late spring, early summer in Chicago, give it to me.
it's
Yeah, but
it's the
it's-
best.
Just
Still
go
freezing.
out. Oh my god. Just freaking go out. It's like getting warm. Those summer days where it's like nice and bright and like not a cloud in the sky, and you see like and you're on like Lake Michigan and stuff, and you're just having cocktails on a rooftop bar somewhere.
Ooh,
Oh, it's the best.
what's that place we went with Dad?
The best.
ABBA? No,
London House.
no, not that place. The one in
The West Loop.
yeah, that we sat outside.
That's
on the
ABBA.
roof.
Where
Yeah,
it's like
that's my-
freezing outside.
That's my favorite spot though, with the fire and stuff.
Oh yeah, that spot's great.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that
that's really
spot's that's where it's at. That's my kind of spot.
Yeah.
Just
See,
drinking
That's what I need
outside.
to do is I need to learn to mute every time I cough. I just step
Yeah,
away
well,
from it. Michael's
yeah.
a professional.
Don't worry, I'll just edit it. Spend more of my time that I don't have.
More of your time. Jesus Christ. More of your
He was like,
time.
I was so busy in Turks and Caicos for the week.
I
couldn't
got home
go."
last night and you're like, hey, let's do a
No.
podcast. Tommy, you don't understand the struggle. I landed in Terminal B and had to walk to Terminal C.
Poor guy. How will he
'Cause I-
ever?
They parked us in the wrong spot.
Oh, that is torture.
know.
Actually.
It was torture yesterday. And
tell-
the mobile passport didn't work.
I forget it. I don't know why it doesn't even register that you got to go through customs coming through again. It's
I
because I
know.
haven't been out of the country in so long.
Yeah, it's Turks is interesting though, because they're still, I mean, they're so everything's dominant US, like their main currency is US dollar.
Is it really?
And everybody speaks English. And it's kind of like you're in the US. All the guests are all from US mostly. I mean, everybody I talked to was from like New York, New Jersey, or we're at Boston. There's a lot of Boston people, basically Northeast.
Yeah. Every
Yeah,
cold
it's
place.
it's the easiest foreign travel I've ever done.
And it's
By far.
I mean, I can't believe that I've never been there before. Like I really can't, for something that's 3 hours on the dot away from Newark Airport. Why have I not been there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
I feel like the Caribbean places are so nice. It's like it's
It's
such an easy trip.
Not all of them.
No, well, yeah.
Not all of them are nice, but
The nice ones are nice.
yeah, I mean, Turks is just so nice. The water is, I mean, Jim, you were there
Yeah.
what few months ago.
Yeah.
It's one of the top beaches in the world, hands down.
Yeah. We took the baby, so it was a little bit less total relaxation like you. But yeah, it was still super nice.
Yeah, but you still don't. I mean, there's not like a big. Well, maybe there is a big nightlife scene. I just don't know about it. But yeah, it's just mostly go to restaurants, resort restaurants on the beach, spend time on the beach, eat a lot of seafood, drink some cocktails that are way overpriced.
Meet celebrities.
Yeah, meet celebrities, and yeah, it was good. But I mean, the cocktails. We got the last time we were there, we got 2 glasses of rosé. My bill was $42. I was like, okay.
You're
But-
like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really notice until the end when they make you initial the charges for the end of the trip.
Oh,
Because
God.
everything goes on your room. Everything's so overpriced, so overpriced.
You get the bill afterwards, and you're like, what in the world?
Yeah, I was like,
Every
what do
tax, every fee.
I was like, what do we do here?
So are you gonna tell the audience your celebrity encounter or no?
Yeah, no, I was gonna leave that out.
I didn't
Yeah.
think I didn't think
Just
you were.
completely
I had
skip
to-
over that
I have
part.
I have to tell you how to do everything.
Yeah, it was probably one of the cooler experiences I've ever had. Just kind of different. So basically, our hotel, we stayed at the Waimara Resort in Grace Bay, Turks and Caicos, and it's a nice resort. It's like a boutique resort. It's not the biggest resort. It's not the smallest, but it's just perfect size boutique resort. Has a nice kind of fancy restaurant adjacent to the resort, or in the resort, I should say. And we went there. We were.
Hey, Michael, do you want to tell us about your vacation?
Let me just restart that because Jim had some technical difficulties here.
Dude, I was just thinking about vacation a few minutes ago.
Jeez.
That's terrible.
So, anyways, back to my story before Jim acted like the dad over here on the computer.
That was the Jim TikTok of podcasting right there.
He's frozen. Frozen, guys.
Yeah. Oh man.
He's frozen in 1960 with his technology skills there. So anyways, so this is the resort. If you're looking at this picture right there to the right is where the restaurant is.
Wow.
But anyway, so we went over to the Ritz, which is where Jared is staying. And this is the third episode in a row we mentioned Jared, Tommy's best friend.
Yeah, we have to stop mentioning him. He's not that important to be in every episode.
Yeah, I don't know how he's made it to every single episode.
Unless we're talking about warehouses, Broncos, or private equity. We're not going to bring up Jared ever again.
That's also not
which I don't plan to talk about any of those things. And also, if the University of Florida was a person, it would be Jared.
Correct.
Is that Jared?
That's me right there.
Yeah.
So we went to the Ritz. Andrana's never gambled before, so I sent you guys a picture of her playing roulette over there.
Did you go down this water slide?
No, that's actually at the villas. They're on the other side of the island, and those things they're for sale, and they're those absolutely. Jim, we looked at them, and one sold for like 8.9 million. And I was like, okay.
I can imagine.
I was like, maybe like Jim and Tommy and I can get one of those. It'll be fun for the family. Nope.
Not quite.
Nope.
Good. Unless our student return compounds 20% positive.
Yeah, I mean, those are but they're gorgeous.
Those are
gorgeous.
so sick, by the way.
God, what a freaking family vacation home that would be.
I know.
Yeah, must be nice.
Mm-hmm.
What about this one on the top of the hill?
Yeah, anything on that island is just so beautiful.
My God.
I mean, the beach looks amazing.
It's unbelievable.
How fun would it be to come down here and then just like snorkel in this little nook? I'm getting hungry. Let me go up here and get an iced coffee and some brunch.
Just a normal day.
Coffee.
Yeah, just a normal day.
Well, Michael, if we work hard, we can get there.
We can get there. One day.
Sell your car.
This isn't even a part of the resort. I don't know what picture that is, but looks like a nice golf course. Anyways,
I think is that like the pool?
No. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. That's the pool.
Wow.
Okay. But so anyways.
What was this, like $199 a night?
Yeah, but give or take the Holiday Inn prices.
Did you use Expedia points?
I used some Chase points for it.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, so I don't know what that is.
Michael, you're a big
it's a tennis court.
You're a big I love good summertime vacation tennis. Oh, nothing better.
I know. Yeah.
Michael, you're a big beach person. I'm not like you'll sit at the beach for like 10 hours a day.
I can. So I was really excited because I downloaded the book. I wanted to be like one of those people who reads a book on the beach, but
I knew you wouldn't.
I really
you haven't read a book ever. When's the last time you read a book?
Ever. Never read one.
You actually can't read.
3 books that you've read.
The last book I read was White Coat Investor. I reread it like probably 6 months ago. And then before that, I read Shoe Dog. And before that, I read, what did I read before that? Another book. I was really into reading for a while, and I stopped.
What is Shoe Dog?
It's the story on Nike. It's really good.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard that's a really good book, actually.
Is it Shoe Dog? Is that the name of it? Shoe Dog, I think. Anyways, really good book on how Nike was founded and everything. But so anyways, back to that story. So I was at the Ritz playing. We played roulette. Androna was up about $100, and then we lost $100. So that was
only 2 books, by the way.
I know. I was trying to think of the third one. I stopped.
Just be like Harry Potter.
Potter.
War and Peace.
Dune.
I love how Jim shaking his head like he's an avid reader.
I know this guy.
Guys that read a book. Guys that read a book in
Exactly.
years. He's like, well, I fancy a good novel every
Yeah.
night.
This guy acts like he falls asleep with a book in his hand every day.
I do.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, right.
Unbelievable.
My reading glasses on.
So, anyways, we man, this is the longest story ever, huh?
Yeah. A couple interruptions.
I keep
but
interrupting you.
yeah.
I noticed.
All right.
So we lost $100 at roulette, and then I noticed as I was walking out, they had a hold'em bonus table, which, you know, there aren't many table games there, but when I saw that, I had to play. And I wish it was a $5 minimum, but it's a $10 minimum. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But then I forgot that you have to put an ante $10 and also the play $10. So it's actually $20 to play each hand. And you lose $100 instantly, which
like
is exactly what happened.
It's like when you play craps and it's like, you're like, oh, it's a $10 minimum and you have like $80 on the table right away.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, wait a second, what? And like one
but-
roll, it's all gone. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
there it goes.
And so I put $200 down, and Jana, we were down probably, I was getting absolutely garbage basura hands. And yeah, there it is right there. And it was 2-6, 2-10 off. Like,
So
one
the
time-
people watching, this isn't actual poker. This is like if you could blackjack eyes poker, that's what it is.
it's heads up poker against the dealer, basically.
Yeah.
And
And you're not exactly getting even odds.
no,
Yeah,
not even ads. But
They
the
sound
only good
crazy.
thing is the dealer has to have a pair or better to play. But nonetheless, there's a lot of different sucker bets on there too. You can bet like the trips are above bet. The dealer was like, that's where you win all your money. I was like, no, it isn't.
God,
I didn't bet it once.
See, dealers in America are more responsible than that, and they won't
Yeah.
tell you stuff like that. They'll just tell you how to play, just like
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah,
leave the house.
Well, I mean, I
Like,
think like
dealers
Vegas
in
is-
other countries like the Caribbean, I've seen, they'll tell you like, yeah, man, put it on the bonus.
Yeah, she was like, this is where you make your money. I was like,
It's like the
that's the
three-team
sucker
parlay
bet. I
of,
was like, you don't make any money there. And then so finally one hand, I was down like $100. Finally one hand, I got pocket kings, and I was like, yes, finally got pocket kings. And you can actually bet pre-flop up to like $30. So you have 20 out, and then I bet another $30 pre-flop because I'm kings heads up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the flop comes ace, mud, 10, turns a 10, and the river is an ace. She turns over ace 8, so she has a boat.
freaking boats you.
I was like,
I mean, king against a random hand is like 98 to 1 or 98%.
that's why. So I'm just like, this is of course, like
Right.
of course. She had it's like ace 6 or ace 8 or whatever it was, like garbage.
Right.
She hit the trip aces first and then boated on the. I was like, get out of here.
Do you get to bet
Yeah.
after each round, like up to the flop, like you do in normal Texas Hold'em, or do you?
You can, yeah,
Okay,
you can. But so you can keep adding. If you have a good hand and you keep doing well, you can add it and you can, do pretty well. But the problem was I was getting dealt garbage. So, I did nothing. And then so I lost like $150 the second. And John is like, I don't think this is a good game.
Well, the thing about this
None
is
of them are, Yeah.
if you don't go on a heater right away, because you're going one of two directions in this game, either
Yep.
straight down or straight up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're not going straight up right away, you're just gonna be burning through $100 bills.
You burn instantly.
Which
It
to
feels
you
way
is like a
worse.
$1 bill to an average person, but to people like me and
Oh
Tommy,
yeah. Here we go.
this greatly impacts our life.
Yeah.
And to
So
hear you
stupid.
May
talk
not be able to
about
pay rent.
reckless
Mike is-
gambling like this
Here we
while
go.
on
Reckless
vacation,
gambling. Oh God.
Michael actually,
almighty.
he told the dealer he didn't want to win. He has too much money. He said, "Get this out of here."
So I want to get back to Turks and
He
Caicos.
flicked
Yeah.
100 at the dealer, said, "Go buy your wife something nice."
Take this stiff.
Oh God, I wish we could show that clip on the podcast.
It'd be amazing. But so yeah, and then I texted Jared. I didn't mention to him because I was going to meet up with him, and of course he has whatever Android or whatever, and it doesn't work down there.
Oh,
I'm like, because he can't send text on the Wi-Fi, he can't do anything. So like the next day he messages me on Instagram and he's like, "Hey man, you're in Turks." He's like, "Let's hang out." I was like, "Jared, I literally not only did I text you yesterday to hang out, but I was also at your hotel." Like, and then the day before I leave, he's like, "Hey, come hang out." I'm like, "I can't. I mean, I have to
Dude,
go."
That is such a Jared text thread too. I feel like I've
I'm like-
experienced that 500 times in my life.
Yeah, it's very similar to you. I guess all of your friends are the same.
Yeah, except for Nick. Nick will fly through text and respond instantly and ask you to play
I'm
Call
sure.
of Duty.
I'm sure. So the other thing I was gonna say is, one, Turks, the cabs are expensive too. It's like almost $20 for like a 1-minute trip.
Oh,
Like everything's $20.
dude, stuff like that kills
Yeah.
me.
So we went to eat at this really nice restaurant by the Ritz. That's why I went to the Ritz afterwards. It's $20 to the restaurant. It was maybe 1.5 miles, and then $20 to the Ritz. That was 0.1 mile. And then none of these roads are really walkable either. That's the thing.
Oh, well, they're probably not.
And well, no, because they're not developed, so it's just
Oh. So if you
there's
have any
nothing.
sort of nice shoes on,
Yeah.
you're like,
yeah, it's they're
Tommy,
not-
you haven't been to a Caribbean country, have you?
no, I haven't actually.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Okay. Surprising.
So mean.
Oh, it really is so mean.
So this guy acts
Poor-
like in his residency,
guy.
like he was just going off
I know.
to adventures. Guy couldn't even pay for his internet bill.
I went to Italy.
No.
Okay, well that was a conference.
Yeah, you went. So dumb. So dumb. So yeah, so it was like $20 to Ritz, and then another $20, $60 in cab rides, and $300 at the casino later. I made it back to the hotel.
Yeah,
And,
nearly
and,
$400 to go about 20 feet.
Yeah,
like 10
Like,
minutes of a game.
geez, plus dinner. I was like, oh, what great.
Yeah,
And then during that time, you made it back with YouTube revenue, so you're fine.
Revenue.
God, I was hoping that didn't
either
get
right.
through.
There's no way
right.
we're going with that
The
slide.
microphone
You're
picks
gonna
up
make fun of me?
everything.
Yeah, it's almost too powerful.
So it was about like 8:30, 8:45. We decided, we're gonna have a drink at the bar at our restaurant, right? They have a nice bar. Have just a little espresso martini to end the night. That was like our theme. So we were at the hostess stand waiting to go up to be seated, and this huge guy behind us. I looked up, and I was like, geez, he's like towering over me. And not many people tower over me. It's very rare. Like tower over me. And he had like a tactical vest on. And I was like, oh, okay, this guy means business. Maybe he works for the police department here or something. And then about 2 seconds later, he walked past me, and there were 3 other guys in his entourage. And the one guy looks back, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then Androna goes, is that Drake? And like, it was literally Drake is just walking next to me. And I'm literally like, they're seating us, and I'm walking right behind them going into the restaurant.
What?
Yeah, I was like, and Drake, he always talks about Turks, right? He's always in Turks and Caicos. He's always, because he has a huge jet and he flies down there all the time. I think he has a place there, and he mentions it in his songs all the time too. And it's funny because I'm like, literally, we're those weirdos that work out every day at the gym, when we're on vacation and stuff. And I was working out to him that morning, and I was listening to this rap playlist on Spotify, and I was listening to his song, and he's talking about flying to Turks. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he always comes down here. And then literally like 12 hours later, I see him. So we walked into the bar at the same time. It's not crowded. There's probably like, 30 people there. It's just a resort.
Is it a
people.
small restaurant, or is
Oh
it
yeah,
like-
super small.
Okay.
Super small. Just has like an outdoor like patio where everybody sits, and then the bar inside. And it was mostly like, older folks at that time, like 60 plus crowd. And they have no idea who this guy is. Like,
I'm sure.
this is the biggest celebrity I've ever encountered. You
Yeah,
know,
it's like the Kardashians, and it's like Drake, or like 1, 2
that
in
has-
terms of.
he has 100 million Instagram followers. Like, it's like
Dr. Cellini.
Justin Bieber level,
Yeah, he's
And
huge.
so he sits down at the bar. The guy next to him is this really old gentleman, super nice, and he's signing his check, and I was like,
Is this the
yeah,
pool?
see, that's probably his pool.
Yeah, it's probably his place.
But yeah, so it was 2 days ago. He was in Turks. But so the older guy, he looks at me. He's like, he has no idea who he's sitting next to. Zero clue.
I'm sure it's.
That's the crazy part. Is like zero clue.
Yeah, you get
And,
those old geese, and they're like,
he's like, hey man, he had a giant like liter of bottled water. He's like, we didn't touch it. If you just want to, you can have this. And I'm like, get up already. I was like, I'm like, if you move, I'm literally sitting next to Drake, you know? And
God, get out of here.
He's like, all right, man. Well, I hope he's like having a conversation with me. I was like, get out. So he finally leaves, and I just like swoop in there, and like I'm literally shoulder to shoulder with Drake. Like he's sitting there on his phone, just scrolling through Instagram like a normal person.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there. He's talking with his boys.
Were you peeking over the shoulder, looking at Instagram? You're like, what do you got there?
Yeah, he's just like casually scrolling through like Instagram, like normal person would, you know. And and he orders a drink, an espresso martini as well. Or it was like really? Bailey's or something. Yeah, similar drink.
Dude, I don't know how people drink that crap.
What, they're delicious. What are you talking about?
Espresso martinis?
So good.
Oh, if you get the right one, so good.
Oh, they're top tier. They're S tier.
Top tier
drinks, man.
S tier. What are you, StarCraft?
So
yeah.
So he's waiting.
That one by me and not get it.
I knew Michael would get it.
I knew Michael.
I have no idea. I'm just trying to continue. No, I'm trying to continue with my story here for the last 30 minutes.
Tell us how you sat next to Drake, and Drake still doesn't know who you are.
So I was saying,
hang on. What if he was scrolling through and he came across your Instagram and you're like, oh my god,
you're like, hey man, you need an interventional radiologist?
He's like, Dr. Cellini.
So anyways, I was sitting next to him and I'm like, I'm not even joking. Like, I don't get very starstruck, but it's Drake. Like,
yeah,
I love Drake. Like, I listen to his music all the time.
I would have like bumped into him and been like, whatever.
Yeah, no, because the bodyguard was like literally helicoptering over me.
I would have taken his bodyguard out.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like scrolling through Instagram, and then I pull up my, because I was texting you guys. I was texting like freaking my close friends, everybody. My heart rate was like 120. And because I was like, oh my god, keep it cool, Michael, keep it cool. Like, don't say something stupid. Be like, hey, I love your music, because everybody says that, you know. And then part of me wanted to be like very New York about it and just be like, oh, you know, it happens all the time, whatever. So that's what I was trying to
work about it,
you know, because like people want you just keep it cool, you know.
Very Kennesaw, Georgia.
I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to be that guy.
Kennesaw.
I don't want to be that guy. I was like,
yeah,
trying to take a selfie. And then I actually did turn my camera on one time, and his like big bodyguard was like over me, like watching me, like what I was gonna do with it. And I was like, oh, I just did on accident. And I was like scrolling through pictures of Andrew, and I was like, oh, what do you think about this picture? I was like,
oh my god, did you really?
I know. I was like, God.
I'd have been like, can I take a picture? Like, would you just with no flash?
No, I mean, I was going to, but then I was like, I'll just leave him alone. I mean, this guy gets this. I mean, to be him, I mean, so it's weird, right? Because they didn't have his table ready, and it's an island, and they're not going to treat him. That they were very nonchalant. They're like, oh, whatever. The bartenders, like, they see him all the time, like this, whatever.
All right, bro, I'm in the middle of a shift. I don't care who you are.
And half the people, I would say 80 to 90% of the people there had no idea who he was. So he probably felt pretty, and he was sitting at the bar, like, at the bar with me, like a normal human being. And he wasn't.
Was there a lot of people below the age of 30 there? Would you say?
At my resort, it's probably had the higher number of, like, you know, below 40 crowd. It was mostly like married couples, or like couples on their baby moons, or you know.
So we went to Sands, which is next to it, and there wasn't a lot of young people there.
It was. We met a lot of older couples as well. It was nice. It was a good mix, but I think our resort probably had the younger vibe to it. That's why we stayed there. It's very boutique too. So a lot of the older folks like the big resorts and whatnot. So they didn't want to stay there. So it was mostly just young people who just wanted to, like, you know, have good cocktails and lay by the beach. But
I feel like it's better having those tiny resorts, man, instead of the huge ones with like 10,000 people in the pool.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate
the only good thing about those big places, they have a lot of, some of them have multiple restaurants, you know, so like you can try. So because you spend a lot of your time at the resort, it's very much like a beach forward, relaxed kind of place. And so a couple of restaurants we ate at other resorts, like I think we ate at the Sevens or something, Seven. And they have huge restaurant. Like, I feel like they have multiple restaurants, multiple pools. So it's whatever. It's whatever you want to do, you know. And the Ritz was gorgeous, though. I would probably stay there next. It's brand new. It's gorgeous.
Like it.
Yeah. But
well, that's an exciting story.
So then he had, in true rapper form, he had about 3 or 4 ladies come and greet all of them, and then they went off to their private table. And about 10:30, he kind of bounced out of there. Never saw him again. Didn't get his number.
So that's what didn't hang out the next day.
But yes, I literally sat next to Drake. I didn't talk to him. I didn't say one word. But like listening to him talk with his friends next to me, and he sounds like Drake. Like he has a very unique voice. It's like when he raps and stuff, it was so weird, so
You're
crazy.
Like, I love you on Disney Channel.
Yeah, I was like,
everything.
Love you.
Be my friend.
But yeah, it was cool. And me and the other, so I was next to the other couple I was talking about, who we became friends with from Boston. He was like freaking out too, because he's like my age, and and like we love his music, and we were like freaking out. And he was actually talking to him and the other one of his friends about like nonsense. He was very much like I don't know, he's very like outgoing and stuff. He'll talk to anybody, So he was like, oh, talked about this, talked about that. But yeah,
it was fun. Drake or this random guy?
Random guy. Drake is very much, I would say he spends 90% of his time looking at his phone, not talking to anybody.
I mean, I feel like most people do that
nonstop. I'm talking about like when they're out to drink.
What about when the girl showed up?
Same, on his phone.
Really?
Constantly on his phone. Yeah.
You think he's just constantly talking to other people?
I don't know. I mean, think of how many people probably reach out to him like every hour. It's probably just constant.
You think he married one of those girls?
Yeah, probably.
I think it's in the cards.
He found love.
I think he fell in love at that night.
That was the final.
I'm sure that was Groundhog Day for him.
Yeah. Jim, who's the most famous person you've ever met or run into? You worked at the comedy club for a while.
I walked Daryl Hannah, that's the name. I walked Daryl Hannah to his limo a couple times.
The comedian?
Yeah, he's an SNL guy, did a bunch of impressions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I briefly showed Joe Rogan where to go through a door.
Ooh.
That was before he was huge though, no?
Yeah, this was like 2004.
Yeah.
This is post Fear Factor. Or I guess it was during
Fear Factor. During Fear Factor.
Yeah.
So for those listening, our uncle owns a comedy club in Atlanta and has been for 40 years. It's called The Punchline.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically a stop where all the comedians go through. Like every comedian anybody listening to this has ever heard of has gone through this club. It's part of their career.
Everyone.
Yeah. And so I worked there in college. My last 2 years in college, I worked Friday nights and Saturday nights at the comedy club to earn some money. And then I worked Saturday morning and Sunday morning at a vet clinic as a vet tech for my local vet on the weekends to earn.
How old were you there?
20 and 21, something like that. Gotcha. It was my third and fourth year of undergrad.
You drive from Atlanta to Kennesaw?
Yeah. And I would stay either at mom's house or Aunt Jody's house. Sometimes I would pet sit for Aunt Jody, but yeah, I think it must have been, I guess by today's standards, I guess if you would count that as a Joe Rogan encounter. I met a bunch of WCW wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day. I shook hands with Kevin Nash.
Buff Bagwell.
I met Buff Bagwell.
Mm-hmm. Did we all meet him? I was super young.
We met him.
Yeah.
I remember that. How much, Jim? How much?
Kevin Nash. I'm going to tell you right now, Kevin Nash was the biggest person I've ever seen in my entire life.
He's huge.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He was. I was about, I want to say 12 years old, and I was at this place in Kennesaw. We were out to eat with, I think Mom took us out to eat.
Shout out to the Wolfpack on the bottom left. Oh yeah. Huge.
WCW.
How tall is he though, Jim? See how tall he was.
7 feet tall. I'm pretty sure.
7?
I'm pretty sure.
That guy's enormous.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He really
Kevin
is.
Nash height.
Oop. Yeah, go to the images for his height.
He's
6'10". Jeez.
Dude, I'm telling you, he was literally towering. I was 6 feet tall. I was a really tall kid, or I was close to it. And he was towering over everybody, including every person in the restaurant. And I was like, oh my God, Kevin Nash, can I shake your hand? He goes, sure, kid. And his hand literally just I did a thing where your hand turns into this.
You just feel like it just
shakes. And I was just hate Kevin Nash.
Did
feel
you
like
did
a
you
child.
did you limp hand it too? You're just
Yeah,
like,
it was
yeah.
a total limp hand. And
a strong hand.
yeah.
Take my strong hand.
And I was just like, I mean, he's the largest human being I've ever met by far. Like, not even close.
He's almost 300 pounds.
I mean,
He's
he's
62 now.
Enormous. He's
And he's
62. Wow.
jacked. Like, he's not even. He's probably like what, 15% body fat, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not a lot. He's a
And
strong
for a
dude.
guy that. Oh my! I mean,
Especially at that time. I'm sure.
Especially when you're all natty.
I was gonna say, I was like, how much of that is real?
They're all natty in the
Yeah.
WWE
yeah.
back in the day.
But yeah, I don't think I've ever met anybody like. I mean, we know Billy Gardell, but like,
Yeah.
I think he's probably the most famous person I actually have like properly met
Yeah.
before.
I don't think didn't we run into Julius Irving one time in Atlanta with like I feel like
Yeah, he was
I
at a
with-
restaurant we were at.
Yeah, it was like
one
me, you,
time.
and Cameron or something like that. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met
I feel
Ray
like-
Buchanan. I'll be shocked.
Who's
if you
that?
know- He was a cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons back
Oh
in
my
like
God.
the early 2000s.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's old school. I remember that was
Yeah,
old
dude,
school.
yeah.
He was releasing an album at Dave and Buster's, and Nick and
An
I were
album?
at. Yeah, and it was just like him, literally no one else, his entourage, and they were selling like Ray Buchanan albums. I was like, oh man,
Jeez.
I think
Man.
the most famous person I know now is probably Michael.
yeah,
Oh,
probably
God.
true.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Just deadpan.
I think Drake was definitely the most person. I mean, I ran into. I
huge.
used to live across the street from the what is that place called?
the Met.
Yeah,
Did
but
you used to live near there?
what the heck is the hotel across? The really fancy hotel across on 76th and Park. Anyways, the super fancy hotel all the celebrities hang out, stay at for like the Met Gala and stuff. I lived literally across the street from it during first year residency. And one time during the Met Gala, so they would all come out like one by one, and all the paparazzi. It's also staged, you know. So they have the paparazzi out front of the hotel doors, and then everybody comes out at like 20 or 30-minute intervals. You're like, who's gonna come next? Who's gonna come next? So I definitely did see a lot of famous people there, like Sierra, who else? Gigi Hadid. Her
I met this
boyfriend,
guy. I
husband,
forgot
whatever.
about this guy.
Oh yeah.
During my
Who's that?
residency, they actually filmed Better Call Saul the first like 2 seasons, and they spent about a week filming across the lot from where my residency was.
Oh, the Breaking Bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy was eating lunch, and I went to, because they let us like share their catering as like a part of the deal for letting them use our space.
Hmm.
So I went out there and got lunch every day for a week for free, and I was like, oh, thank God, free food.
What a
But-
deal, by the way.
But Mike Ehrmantraut was just chilling, eating a plate of food.
You're like, hey,
I was
how's it
like, hey
going?
man, I'm a big fan of Breaking Bad. I live in Albuquerque.
He's like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
He's like, this day can't end fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave me this look right here. And then he shot me with a silence pistol.
The happiness look. God. Yeah, no. Tommy's probably never met anybody famous. He doesn't.
I don't think Tommy's
Yeah.
done anything.
I don't think I've ever done anything. I honestly, the problem is, like Michael was saying, I don't get starstruck at all. And
Mhm.
I like, so anyone could walk by and I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, sweet.
I
So
don't
I don't
either.
even recognize when stuff like that happens.
Same. And I like don't pay attention. I feel like so many times we pass people living in Manhattan, and I just would like, I just don't like, I don't look for that, and I don't really pay attention who's passing me, you know?
Right.
So we passed a whole bunch of celebrities. I just don't like care, and I don't make a big deal about it.
Our,
But
oh, go ahead.
oh yeah, I was just gonna say, but I never get starstruck at anything. But I was like definitely just like sitting there like tachycardic. I was like, play it cool, Michael, play it cool, play. I don't know, it's Drake, you know, like that's the only time it's like literally Drake.
That's got to
Like-
be the level at which you're like, all right, now even if you don't care about it, it's like, oh, that's a little.
Yeah. And if
little
he was
crazy.
sitting, if I just saw him and he was sitting like the other side of the restaurant, I'd be like, oh, there's Drake, that's cool. But like I was like, oh, don't do anything stupid. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know. That it was just weird. It
You
was a
shake his
weird
hand, your
feeling.
hand's just so clammy. And
I
full
know,
of
just soaking wet. He's like,
"Oh,
ugh.
sir."
He's like, bro, get out of here.
What are you doing?
Yeah. But yeah, so I was like, wait, where were you, Tommy? You were in
I was at St. Augustine this weekend.
Yeah.
The lovely town of St. Augustine, the America's oldest city.
Yeah, first
Place
city
where
of
the
America.
Spaniards landed.
Yeah.
And, may have not changed since the 1500s, apparently.
You know, wait, I went there a long time ago because it's not too far from Cocoa Beach.
It's a decent
Sorry.
amount.
And is it like 3 hours or something?
Yeah, something like that. It's just south of Jacksonville. So I used to go down there so I lived in Jacksonville for my third year of med school. We had like a rotation site down there, which man, Jacksonville is it's a whole nother world. Sorry for the people from Jacksonville, but it's a rough
Shout out
city, man.
My dear friend Wes, who lives in Jacksonville.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh God.
He doesn't like it though.
Yeah, you can't. But so we used to go down.
Wait, why don't you like it? What is it like?
Dude, it's the hottest place on earth, Jim.
Yeah.
It is a literal swamp. There used to be, I was telling a story. I went to it was summertime and I was going to a nursing home on a rotation. I had to get there at 6:00 and I walked out the door at 5:30 and it was 95 degrees out. I had like a shirt and tie on and was just pouring sweat instantly. It was pitch black, 95 degrees in the middle of the night. I was like, what is going on here?
That's why I can't live in Florida.
It's so, dude, it was like 80 down there this past weekend, and I would have like my tux on, and I was just like pouring through the tux. I was like, I'm not used to the humidity anymore.
The humidity, man. But Turks is, it's probably because it's kind of off season, but I wasn't hot at all. It was like
we went November and it was fine.
It's max like 85. I wasn't. I don't think I sweat a drop while I was there. Like I just maintained perfect temperature. But I mean, I was asking the guys there. I was like, the people that live there, like taxi drivers and stuff. I'd be like, so how hot does it get in the summer? He's like, oh, it gets hot. It's like 100 degrees and it's like miserable. But he's like, you just don't go out of the shade.
Yeah.
But when we're there, most of the time, kind of not summer months, like July, August, that kind of, then it's actually very nice. So what do you do? So I haven't been to St. Augustine, but I remember last time I went, even when I was younger, I wasn't too, thrilled by St. Augustine. So
there's not a whole lot there. There's Flagler College. So Nick and I actually, it's one of my best friends growing up. He's at the wedding as well. Yeah, he was. We went. He had a family vacation, and I tagged along on that family vacation when we were like 10 years old or something to St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
I remember as a kid, we went to the Fountain of Youth, which is literally just sulfur, like really sulfury water.
Mm-hmm.
And so it smells like sulfur, like a fart. And I remember as a kid, we were going to that. We were like, this is it. It's like a small puddle. It smells like sulfur. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah. Is it like Ruby Falls?
It's literally worse than Ruby Falls. It's like, at least Ruby Falls, you're like, I got a cave I can go into. This thing is literally
that's true.
Rock City.
Yeah. 1,000 miles to Rock City.
Ruby Falls creeped me out, man.
Oh, dude, any cave, anything like that?
Oh, I don't do caving. No caves.
Oh,
no caves.
Dude, those TikToks where those guys spelunk and they're like squeezing through the tight cave?
Dude, TikTok has been
he's like
been feeding me that lately, and it's literally the most anxiety-inducing thing of all time.
I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
What are you doing?
There's water and it's coming up, and
dude, I can't even.
I just got to get past this water level, and then we're good.
This guy's like, he's literally inchworming out, and he has his arm up. He's like, I can't do it that way. I got to put my arm back in and shimmy my left shoulder. I'm like, what if you can't get it? I'd be freaking out.
They'll be like, there's not enough room for their chest to like take a full deep breath in. They're like, you just can't panic. Or, that's where I'm like, how do you not panic in that situation?
Also,
you could literally die like that.
Don't do that. Like,
yeah.
Why would you do that?
Like,
don't do it.
The thought of being stuck in a small space as water fills up is literally the worst thing I can imagine.
It'd be torture.
I'm
trapped in the cave.
And just feeling the earth trapping you while water just fills the space that you're in.
Not being able to breathe and expand your chest wall because you're in the tightest hole ever.
Oh God, I can't.
Then you realize I won't have to practice medicine anymore, so it's not that bad.
God. Yeah. My student loans don't transfer, do they?
Then you realize this could have all been avoided if I just didn't do this.
Yeah. I could
this is completely elective.
But what about the thrill, Michael? The thrill.
There's no thrill. What thrill do you get? You know what I would do? Put a camera on a string and just drop it down there.
You go,
that's it.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, that's deep. That's deep, and there's
Whoa,
very closed spaces down there.
Yeah.
Well, glad I didn't go down there.
Wow,
Incredibly
hun, that's a cave.
Yeah. There's a lot of rocks in
Look
there.
how narrow and dark and watery it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. A tight squeeze for even my camera.
Yeah, that's just not my thing. Spelunking, I feel like so many people die from, when they're lost in cave. My friend Matt used to do that. He's crazy. He's an ER physician.
What?
And he was super into diving. He's a thrill seeker. And he said he would do cave dives where they had to hold on to the string,
Oh,
and like
no
before he went,
visibility?
You mean the
yeah,
scuba diving.
yeah, but in the caves,
Right.
yeah.
See, I love
And-
scuba diving. It's one of my favorite things to do, but not.
Yeah, but
I'm
if
not
you-
going in the cave.
If you
Yeah.
become unclipped, you're
Mm-mm.
toast.
There's
Like-
been
like
there's
the
been
low
times
visibility
where
stuff.
I was gonna say there's been times where I've been scuba diving and like gone down to the floor and there's like you're like going in between like I don't know coral or something like that,
Mhm.
and there's like there's a clear path out, but it's like your tank will bump on something, and that's like my absolute limit of what I'll do.
Oh, I can't.
Like even the feeling of like seeing it just narrow and then you're on the bottom like 100 feet from the surface,
And the tank just tugs on your back a little bit. You're
and
like,
it's
"Oh."
like okay, I can get out, right? Like this is fine.
I can't. This is why I can't scuba dive. I swam my entire life and I can't scuba dive. I can't. I have such a respect and fear for the water that I just can't.
Yeah.
And with my claustrophobia, I feel like I would panic or something, and I don't even want to be in that situation.
Well, it's not claustrophobic. I mean, if you stay out of that stuff, I mean, it's not
Well,
really.
I'm saying like
claustrophobic.
claustrophobic with like having the breather on and like
Yeah.
the fact that I can't just take it off and be on the surface in 5 seconds.
Just
Right.
push up.
Well, they always all the scuba dive the I don't know guides or instructors, they're always like want you to stop, but like I promise you right now, if it came to it, I would shoot straight up to the surface in 2 seconds and I would tell the nitrogen go itself in my body. Like I don't care. You can bubble
Fins,
through every
no
bone.
way.
You can give me an air embolus. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm getting
I'll
to the
take an
surface
air
right
embolus any day of the week over.
now. I'll
being
risk it.
trapped up. Yeah.
Okay, I'll sign the waiver. Okay, guess what? I'm going to the surface. We're done here.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to stop me at this
Yeah,
point.
You're
I've done
done.
that when we were
You're
in,
done.
I got certified.
You're done.
Right. I got certified in Belize like 5 years ago. And you have to do a certain number of dives and like demonstrate stuff. And I just finished the course. And then we went and dove in the big blue hole, they call it.
Which is gorgeous.
Um,
Pull that up, Jim.
Yeah.
Jamie?
Screen sharing.
Yeah.
Pull it up, young Jamie. The big blue hole of Belize, which is
this was-
gorgeous.
This was
That's cool.
literally my first dive right here.
God, that's
Um,
insane.
After I got
scary.
certified, in the pool of the hotel. Okay.
Looks like a
So-
black hole.
Dude, it's I don't think they even know how deep it is.
Yeah, going to the multiverse and that thing.
So you
Jesus.
literally you take a boat, you see what the boats are doing, they're going one way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
first of all, this is a 2.5 hour boat ride out.
Oh my God. So it's
Yeah.
like the literal middle of the ocean. I guess not
Yeah.
technically the middle of the ocean.
And so you see all these little like atolls.
Beautiful
out here.
coral. Yeah.
I mean, it's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. But
Why don't you just stay on the outskirts there? That's what I
well, you
would do.
can, and it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But like you
Yeah,
go
that-
down,
that outer edge looks fantastic.
But we went into the hole with like 10 of us, and I was fine. Like it was like whatever because I'm water confident or whatever.
Nope.
But we saw sharks, and you saw like barracudas and turtle, all sorts of stuff swimming around there.
Nope.
But what's that?
How deep is it though? Look
The-
it up, Jamie. Pull that
The
up.
blue hole.
Just
I can tell you,
Sure,
I went
Wikipedia.
down to like
That's a 21 meter, 49.91.
318. Oh wait.
the hole is that many
124
across.
meters
It's
deep.
124 meters deep.
I mean, Jim said
407
he
feet.
goes, they don't know how deep it is. Well,
No,
apparently they
it's
do.
deeper, It's
Yeah.
deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
How deep is
that
Mariana's
it?
Trench?
Yeah, it's not the Marianas Trench, Jim.
How deep is Mariana's Trench? I mean, 124 meters is deep.
Yeah, I mean it's very deep, but
Yeah.
on the scale of the ocean, that's
Jim, look up Mariana's Trench. How deep is that? Like 700
like-
meters?
they'll never know how deep it is.
Let's take a guess.
I thought it was
Isn't it-
way deeper than that. I thought it was like 1,000 meters.
Is it? No, Mariana's Trench is like 700 meters, I think.
No,
Look it
it's-
up.
it's
I don't
like
know, but I saw James
8
Cameron
miles
down
deep
there
or
when I was
something like that.
diving.
Oh, is it? Is it more than that?
James Cameron.
Mariana's Trench. How deep is this bad boy? Ooh.
200.
Wait, what?
The maximum known depth is 10,000 meters.
Oh my God.
That's about what I
6.8
went to on my
miles.
dive.
Yeah, I think so.
That is unbelievable. 10,000, almost 11,000 meters deep.
If Mount Everest were
What?
hypothetically placed in the trench, its peak would still be underwater by more than 2 kilometers. Oh my God.
Oh,
I mean, that's just straight down.
That is
I don't even-
hilarious.
what kind of life is down there?
Yeah, but they don't know how deep the Big Blue hole is, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
Big Blue Hole to fit like in the.
I thought the blue
Yeah.
hole was like 1,000
First
meters.
part of
That's
that.
why. Well, regardless,
I mean, it's still
Yes.
deep. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very deep in terms of scuba diving.
Yeah.
and it's very pretty. But
Clearly.
yeah, anyway, you really have no business. So you
That's
see these.
terrifying.
This is kind of what you see down there. You kind of swim in between these stalactites.
Wouldn't do
God.
that.
No, you don't.
You know,
Yep,
all
I wouldn't.
these sharks and buzzing around. Yeah, apparently this
be-
was formed. So apparently this is formed because Jacques Cousteau blew it up.
What?
What?
Yeah, so
No.
the Great
Oh, wait.
Blue Hole. Let's see. The site was made famous by Jacques Cousteau, who declared it a scuba diving site.
How did they blow that up back in whatever year that was?
Oh, maybe he didn't blow it up.
When was
But I thought
Jacques
there was
Cousteau?
like an explosion or something. They used to like blow stuff up around here to get samples,
Hmm.
and that made the hole bigger.
Well,
I could be making that up. I could be totally
Yeah.
full of it.
Yeah.
you might have seen that on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not susceptible to misinformation.
You're just
Well,
over 2 on facts
you
about
go.
the Big Blue Hole there.
Well, if I
Well,
were
look,
in
it's
the
a big ass hole, okay?
yeah. What more do you want from me?
Yeah.
Look, it's more than you've ever done.
That's true. I don't even put on scuba equipment, so it's more than I've done.
But Michael put the mask on that. No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd be like, can I just see a picture?
Yeah. I just want to
Someone
post
take a
about
picture while they're down there,
it. Yeah.
and I'll post it.
Yeah. Take this camera.
Man, that's what I would do for Greg, one of my best buddies. He would he's like a crazy skier. He would go to the tallest peaks that I have no business going up to. So I would just like tag that peak like I was up there just to make him mad.
I remember it was my second time. I went on a ski trip with the same guy aforementioned, Greg, and it was like
Am
my
I the
second
only one
time.
not going on vacation?
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess
you're a
so.
loser. No one likes you.
Ugh.
That's why.
God, go
Uh,
on vacation.
Great. We went skiing. It was my second time skiing. Everyone who skis always does the same thing. Like, no, you'll be fine.
Yep.
Just like turn. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm aware of like what you're supposed to do. It's a difference of how to do that.
Yeah,
and we'd go
I've
these
been skiing since
horrible-
I was 4.
Yeah, it's like you're
Like
pretty
you.
proficient. If we were swimming, I'd do the same thing. I'd be like, it'll be
Yeah.
fine, just swim. But it's up on the mountain, and there'd be like these blue diamonds that are just straight down off the edge of a cliff. They're like, no, it's fine. You're so exposed up there. I was like, I
I know,
can't
it's
do
crazy.
this.
What's funny is that Greg would always give me stuff. He's like, dude, you've been skiing for like 5 years or 6 years or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but
Once a
You-
year for 6
Yeah,
years.
but
once a year, it doesn't
no.
do anything.
I know
Right.
it's not like I've been doing it straight for 6 years. And I
Yeah.
looked at my Epic Pass on my phone, the app, and it was like, you've literally been skiing 11 days of your life. I was like, Greg, I've been skiing for 11 days. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not,
So
it's not that
there's a-
much.
There's less.
I remember when I lived in Albuquerque, I went snowboarding for like 3 weeks. I went every weekend, like just one of the years I
Awesome.
lived there.
Do you still snowboard?
I haven't been snowboarding.
Over,
in
no, like
years.
over skiing though.
Yeah, I've never skied. And
I'd like
then
to
like
switch. I
by
think
the
it's fun.
end of the 3 weeks, I was like, I could do it. Like I could actually do it.
Yeah.
And then I went like 2 years later, and it was back to square one. It was like I never even touched a snowboard. And I
Once
was
you-
only there. I was in Taos with Liz, and we were there for a weekend.
Mhm.
And the whole time I was just falling and like, dislocating every joint I had and just getting mad and pissed off. And then it was
Sounds
like,
about right.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
And I'm like,
exactly
I
what
don't
Jim
think
would
I
do,
could do
in
this.
this scenario.
Yeah. Sounds exactly like that.
I am
Yeah,
committed to a future of ski trips as a family because skiing is one of the most fun things in the world. And
Agreed.
It's like scenic wise, it's like so magnificent because I can't sit on a beach all day, but I can like ski and do something. It's so much fun. And
What's your ideal? What's your ideal vacation? I mean, did you like Hawaii?
I love Hawaii.
Is that your ideal? Like adventures with a dash of beach, or like what?
Yeah,
Hiking with a beach is my ideal.
yeah, that's like pretty much perfect. Where it's like what we did in Hawaii, where we had the
Yeah.
Airbnb, and it's like go on this few mile hike in the morning. So it's like your exercise. You get to see some absolute gorgeous scenery, and then you're like, we're gonna go sit at the beach and have some poke and some cocktails later, and then it's like that's such a good. That and skiing, where I have to have an activity to do.
Same. Like a lot of people were at the resort. Like I said, we're just those. We like to get up, have coffee, and go work out. Like you feel like you can do whatever you want after you work out. You know, and you feel better, and it's like, I don't know. When I go on these vacations, I just like it's my time off. I don't want to just like you worked out so much during the week. You don't just want to like let it all go.
Yeah.
You know, just to eat whatever you want on a whole week vacation. So like I still want to keep up all my hard work, and also like, well, it's kind of fun. It's not bad working out when that's literally all you have to do that day.
Yeah.
You know?
Whenever I go on vacation, I work out every day because it's just like this is how I would relax. Just a nice exercise and then a cold brew.
Yeah. There's no excuse not to, really.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there is, but
well, Tommy sleeps till like noon.
I don't sleep. I will say I'm very particular at like working out. I hate going to work out and like piecemealing something together with like Jim and I work out with kettlebells a lot. I'm sure Michael, you do at your new gym, but it's like I hate having like a small dumbbell and it's like, all right, I guess I have to do like 300 lunges because there's like nothing else to do here.
Yeah, but I mean the goal is not
working out. Working out does suck. Like
it's hard.
It's hard. Brutal, man.
Yeah.
It's the most annoying thing.
Cardio is the most annoying thing.
It's all annoying.
I can't do cardio.
Because it's just like it's like I would rather be doing anything else right now than being here for an hour.
Facts.
You know, and then at every class you always go to, there's 15 minutes of warming up, which is literally working out anyway. And I'm just like, I don't want to warm up for 15 minutes. Like here we go. Like
15 minutes is a lot. We warm up for like 3 minutes.
Dude, I have to warm up for 15 minutes or I'm gonna break my back in 30 different places.
Well, stretch. I mean, get there early and stretch and stuff.
Michael does one of these things like it's the 60s. He's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get after it. Yeah. Just natural.
I do one of these and then I'm good. Maybe one of these.
See, working out, if it was like 30 minutes and you got the same benefit from like doing, I know a lot of people are like, oh, just do this for 30 minutes.
Just gotta go harder, bro.
Yeah, but like if I work out for 30 minutes 3 times a week, I'm still fat. And it's just like I have to do more than that.
Tommy, it's just your diet.
Well, you know,
diet is the hardest part of working out.
Right. Well, yeah.
I mean, diet is so hard to keep under control, but it's just everything.
Yeah. I mean, so I've started to track my calories again. I've lost like 4 pounds this week, which has been nice after working out. And I'm like, all right, back on the train. But it's like, I still need that hour workout of like lifting, cardio, combo. If it could be like a 20-minute Peloton ride and I got the same amount of like muscle building and like
that's
calorie loss, but it's always an hour and it's like 3-4 times a week. And you're like,
that's my problem too, is I've noticed I love my gym, but it's very hit forward, you know, very cardio forward with cardio weightlifting, you would say. But
conditioning.
But I lose a lot of my muscle mass. So I'm like, do I have to like start incorporating like some bench press and stuff here? It's just like, I mean, because I have like no pecs anymore, like no biceps, you know.
Did you ever?
Well, no. but you know what I mean, Jim? Shut up. You know what I mean?
I
like
lost
you feel like
my pecs and biceps.
Yeah, what are we talking
about
here?
Do you know what I mean though? Like when you're only doing cardio, you just get really skinny and you lose all your muscle mass.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but you're overthinking.
Michael had the skinniest legs of all time.
You're doing the classic
anymore, bro.
thing. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is,
you have an L7 radiculopathy.
No, but I'm saying is,
don't have
should
L7s.
L5, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah, no, something. Should I incorporate weightlifting like interpose between all the cardio days because I'm doing
you should just not worry about it and just go to the gym and work out.
I thought about that's why I don't
literally doesn't matter, and I guarantee you're not going to lift weights enough to build anything above and beyond what you're doing now.
Yeah, I won't. My body can't really put on muscle anyway, so That's good.
Yeah, the last time I saw you bench press, you complained about how sore you were for 3 weeks.
I benched at the beach and I was freaking dead.
And you kept referring to yourself as tenderloin. He would touch his pec. He would go, dude, I'm literally tenderloin for like 3 weeks. Don't touch me.
I was sore for like 2 days. I did bench
Tenderloin.
Don't touch me.
Who calls themselves tenderloin?
Michael Tenderloin.
You know, well, I will say I'm in the best cardiovascular shape I've probably been in since college, so that's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it's
more important than having.
What about when you were super skinny trying to impress Andriana?
I wasn't better. My diet and my weightlifting routine was in better overall, but not cardiovascularly.
You don't think?
No, because I never push myself. I mean, you have to have a coach like pushing you. You know, like you can't. I have to have someone yelling at me to run harder and stuff and getting me to the next level. Otherwise, I'll just
see. The problem with gym coaches is that I'm just like, dude, stop. Like the whole time when they're trying to get motivational.
I like it because it's short. I don't care about the motivational stuff. I just want to do. If you force me to go faster, I know that ultimately it'll just help me get ripped. So that's all. I just want to look good in a freaking swimsuit.
Yeah.
Push me harder to do so.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I will say it needs to be the right kind of motivation because like I came back from the trip and on Monday I was working out and I do rows at the end of my workout. And I was like, if this was up to me and it was the pandemic where I was at home working out,
rows like rowing?
Yeah, like a rowing machine, like rowing sprints.
Get ready to die.
Oh, they're terrible. I was like, but if it was up to me, there is no shot that would have gotten done unless there was a coach there.
Dude, when I do this Peloton behind me, I'm on my phone.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's why I can't do it.
I might as well be doing this podcast right now.
Yeah. That's why I can't do it.
Zone 3, I'm like, okay.
Dude, when they crank it up, they're like, oh, they get the speed up and they're like, get to 120 and maintain it at this. You're like, I can't do that.
First of all, Peloton is total bullshit because
let's hear it.
Because all you have to do, here's what I've discovered, is that a fat ass like me can just stand up on the pedals and then just crank the resistance up. Mm-hmm. And I'll just use my weight to generate like 400 kilowatts, whatever the hell the metric is. And then I'll watch my score just go up. And so all I got to do is just get out of the seat.
You have a gym.
It's all about the resistance for the wattage, like the scoring system. The scoring system is bullshit. Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, but there's people who do like recovery classes and will try to max out the entire 10 minutes on a recovery class just to get into the top 10. And I literally hate these people because these are the same people that used to sprint through warm-ups and swim practice. Can we just talk about that?
Hated that.
Nothing worse than that.
Look at my entire college career.
When kicking on your feet and be like, you're not going to
balls out during an intentional recovery or warm-up. I hate you. Like I literally hate you.
That used to drive me insane.
There is nothing worse than that.
Because you're trying to take advantage of this opportunity where you know your perceived competition is not trying as hard. So you can like move up your own little ranking system against humanity.
It's purely to look good. Like
never speak to me.
Look good facetiously. Like I don't understand the point of it.
Yeah, it's purely like an ego thing. It has nothing to do with actual performance.
And I know that when I'm doing these recovery classes, like I'll do a recovery class, and there's people who are doing like 9 times the amount of calories that I do in a 10-minute window.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you mean to tell me you outputted 9 times the amount of energy that I did on a recovery class?
The real question is, why are you doing recovery classes?
Yeah, because I'll do like a 10-minute recovery after like a 20minute sprint.
Ugh.
I mean, it's just an excuse to be on my phone.
I was gonna say, I think
that's all it is.
I think people miss the point. So I don't do Peloton. I don't like that stuff. I don't like cycling.
It gets boring. It gets boring as shit.
Real boring.
I don't care if Olivia or Kendall or all 3 coaches or whoever is on the screen at the same time. It's the most boring thing on planet Earth.
So I can't do. So I told you guys that forever. I can't do any like spin class. It never was my thing. I hate it. I hate being.
Come on, Michael, push it.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like the whole vibe there. The one class I went, it was easily 130 degrees. I felt like I was claustrophobic. I'm like, why are we sweating so much for no reason? I can't do
No
it.
reason.
And also I was so bored. I just get bored doing that.
Oh, spin sucks. Spin
Yeah.
sucks. I
But
don't
now
care what anybody
cycling, like
says.
being on actual bike outside, I love.
Yeah, that's cool.
riding
It's
a
fun.
bike. Like
Yeah.
we do up the lakeshore, it's great. But when you're
Yeah,
just
it's fun.
sitting still and you're staring at a screen or like
That ain't it. That
running
ain't
on
it,
a
my guy.
treadmill, there's
It's probably
nothing
why
worse.
the Peloton
Did you guys
stock is
dropping? Well, that
Yeah, it might be.
well, yeah. Do you guys remember a couple months ago when I told you how Peloton didn't recognize veterinarians as healthcare workers? In
Yes.
this
Yeah.
promotion.
I do
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
Oh,
they're not
my
doctors.
God.
Ooh,
The,
Michael, hot take.
Ooh, a hot take. by
No, that's
Michael.
what that's what
No,
they
that's
were
what
saying.
Peloton
Oh,
was
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
Yeah,
Peloton
not
was
me.
saying.
It's also what you think, Michael.
No,
Yeah,
but
I
there was
just wanted
like
to-
so there's
my
like
own brother. I don't
There's
think you're a
like-
real doctor, Jim.
that's fine.
For what it's worth.
I mean, first I have you guys know I have zero ego about this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
None
you
of
could
us
call you
Yeah,
could
no.
call me you could call me a Starbucks barista and I would be like, all right, fine. Like
Yeah.
I'll just go to work, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so Peloton, there was this thing. So there's this giant vet Facebook group that is called Not One More Vet, and there's other vet groups too on Facebook. But somebody either on Facebook or Instagram posted a screenshot asking for Peloton to acknowledge herself being a vet, and could she get the discount that they were offering healthcare workers?
Mhm.
And then somebody from Peloton was like, no, we're just offering it to human physicians. And they phrased it as like, you know, we define a healthcare worker as like somebody who draws blood and like does some other like medical stuff that you would consider part of the
Such
job.
a poor definition.
Well, yes, but this person
Yeah.
like posted this, and there was this huge outrage amongst the veterinary community. Literally, might I add, doing the same exact thing that we all cry about when pet owners do to us and try
Yeah.
to like dox us online, behaving the same way and creating this giant like push on social media and be like, we're doctors too. And I'm like, can we just give like the human healthcare workers this and not have to like include ourselves with everything?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they're
the
clearly
global
doing
pandemic.
this. Yeah, like they're clearly doing this because human healthcare workers are under a ton of stress, and I know that vets are under a lot of stress. I'm one of them,
Right.
But like, can we just leave it alone? Like, we're talking about $5 a month worth of a discount on your Peloton membership.
And we're also talking about, I mean, the worst pandemic in our lifetime.
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
care. You know,
That vets didn't have to really see the front end of that.
of
and deal with
course
it
not.
every day. You know, I mean, that's
Like,
why they're
we're,
doing it.
We're vets. Like we're
they're
not in the ICU dealing with COVID patients.
With
Yeah.
visited
straight out of some
patients.
foreign
Yeah.
country with like, you know, end stage or whatever COVID.
Yeah, I think they missed the mark on why they were doing the discount. It's
Yeah.
for like some sort of
Peloton.
generous- yeah.
Peloton probably they didn't describe why, just physician,
Well, what
healthcare workers or whatever. I think they probably could have done a better job. But then also the vets need. I mean, you got to realize. Come on, I'm like,
Yeah.
this is a pandemic here we're talking about.
Like just
know.
be
Like,
reasonable. and
It's
be
not
like,
about you. It's not about you this time.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
It
just-
doesn't always have to be about me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Well,
it
does,
can be
apparently.
about. Well, I mean, me. It is always about me.
Yeah.
But it can be about. Just let it be. Like
I know.
just it doesn't. You don't have to like have everything that you want.
Yeah.
You know.
They
also
probably
don't-
don't even. They don't even have Pelotons. Probably they just like are raising.
Well, that's the thing. Like I would see these arguments on the Facebook groups. It's like, I bought a Peloton, but now I want a discount on the membership. It was like, I think it was $9.99 a month. So you mean to tell me you paid $2,400 for a Peloton and now you're this upset because they won't give you
About that
$10 off
yeah.
a month on your membership for the Peloton?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Oh my God. And then, you know, people say, and I'm actually like not hating on veterinary medicine. I'm hating on the thought process that like vets are also on the front lines and like, oh, we're on the front lines too. No,
It's
we
like-
are not.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little
Like,
different. Yeah.
We are
Different
not in the
different
COVID
front line.
ward
Yeah.
dying from COVID directly because Grandma Phyllis coughed on us,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
and we don't have any PPE.
No, I'm sure vets. You know, obviously everybody was affected by the
Yeah,
pandemic, including vets. But not
obviously,
to
and
the
like the
same-
vet industry is like really suffering for a lot of reasons.
Right.
But not to the
like,
same degree.
We can differentiate between what we do and the struggles that we have, and somebody working with COVID patients literally by their bed as they're dying.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And okay, those people, yes, we can give them a discount on Peloton.
Like, I think they deserve some sort of
Yeah.
relaxed standard for that.
God.
Is that a common thing throughout like these bet threads to have this? It's because there's like a feeling of being slighted almost. in terms
Everybody
of
feels very slighted and not included with
Okay.
human medicine and underpaid relative to human doctors and underappreciated relative to human doctors. And
But why do they compare themselves to such? That's not the same thing.
I don't know. I think
because I don't think the general population view, like, I don't view, like, I make fun of you obviously because you know, you're my brother and that's, you have to do that. But like,
obviously,
I don't view, let's use Liz as an example because, you know, I respect Liz, not you, obviously.
Right. My
But
wife.
it's like, I don't view what, like, I'm like, yes, it is. It's like a doctorate degree of like specifically what it is. I don't like discredit that as something as like not as valuable. I don't know, but it seems like there is this like slighted feeling that they all have, and it's like I don't think other people view that the same way they do.
No, it's again, it's this like really common thought process that we're being slighted by society because really it's two things. We don't get paid as much as human physicians, and we're not like held as in as high of a regard. And then a lot of times people will think that like vets know more than human physicians do about things because of the way we practice and the way we learn things.
Yeah.
And so they'll, you know, there's so many like anecdotes that like I was in the doctor's office and so couldn't figure out like what I had. And I'm like, you think the vet figures out what your dog has every single time?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
or 100% on diagnoses.
I just saw 3 things this week where like I'm literally praying to God my diagnostics come back as something, because if not, I don't know what they have.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm gonna have to tell them like we just have to try medication, right?
right.
And like, so am I like this guy didn't even know what he was talking about? Like,
right.
Well, everybody loves to point out like if somebody educated person doesn't know and they know, like, you know, maybe it's whatever.
My radiologist missed this. My didn't do this. It's like,
I saw the patient and he pointed to his distal phalange and it had a fracture. That's where he dropped a bowling ball on it. But the radiologist missed it because I didn't put any indication besides pain.
And it was a right shoulder X-ray, and it just oof.
Ooh. Go to the 1 year. It's down like 60%. Ooh, 78%.
It looks as though we're getting the last laugh on Peloton.
Yeah. Well, Peloton, they cut their manufacturing significantly
to 0, right?
They cut it. I think they stopped one of the factories or something. And
I thought they stopped making bikes.
We are. Dude, how insane is this? We are literally back to Peloton price levels like the moment before the pandemic.
Wow. A lot of the market is that way.
Dude, that bad boy shot
a lot of stocks are back to.
I think we're gonna see this stuff as like the COVID stocks. Like we're gonna look back at this 2-year period and be like, oh, that was COVID. Just like it's like the opposite of the housing crash.
Same with Zoom. Go to Zoom next. Look at Zoom stock.
Yeah. Has Zoom dropped recently?
Or T-Doc. That
T-Doc.
one's probably worse. T-Doc got destroyed.
Oh.
T-Doc was like 300 or something. What's the highest? No, 300.
Man, that thing got up there.
Yeah.
Look how high it got up at
almost 300.
Like 293. Somewhere around
66. That's
what is Teladoc again?
It's like it's like a telemedicine. Yeah. Telehealth.
I mean, does that have a future now?
I think so.
People still use it. I feel like I don't know if they use that specifically.
The problem,
but like everything.
The problem with telemedicine is the insurance, and I think Medicare and Medicaid doesn't reimburse it as an office visit.
Yeah,
they
did during COVID because it was exempt.
Yeah,
but now, so the problem is like I did a video on this. So like the problem is you're trying to.
I didn't watch it, so go ahead and explain.
Yeah, that's what I'm explaining. The problem is you're trying to increase healthcare to like underserved communities and such, but they have this telemedicine stuff because we proved that it worked during COVID, but nobody's reimbursing for it, so can't use it. So it's like, why don't we just get reimbursement for it? But the insurance companies don't want to pay it because it's not a true physical exam and all this yada yada yada, garbage.
Right. I mean, it's not a true physical exam, but
no,
you can do most stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, ICUs are managed through telemedicine in some places,
That's
Really?
true. My intern year we had a seeing eye basically.
Yeah.
When we were on overnight, it was like me and another resident. So it'd be an upper level resident, me as an intern. And if you ever had a question, because we only had 2 ICU docs, like it was a smaller MICU. I think we had 12 beds, something like that. And you would literally like call the telehealth doc, and it would be like some virtual criticalist. And you would call in, see the patient's room, and he would get all his vitals and stuff because he could see the chart. And you would talk with them like virtually about like what I should be doing if they're like crashing or something. I would just phone the telehealth doc and be like, "Hey man," or you'd be doing something in the room, and you'd come over to the speaker, and it's like some guy randomly in the country. And he's like, "You may want to do this." And you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
voice
oh.
from God.
Yeah.
coming down.
Yeah.
Looking down at but so
I
that's why I'm
wish
like,
there was a real like market for telemedicine and vet med. There's a lot of different companies trying to get this to work, but it's not like
I'm surprised
not
there's
like
not.
like
I really am surprised,
I feel
yeah,
like
but it's just
especially for your field.
I feel like physical exams very important for
well the problem
veterinary
is
medicine though,
True.
yeah it's everything because there's
because
no
it's not as much as human medicine.
there's no
True.
verbal description of anything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. The problem with the problem with veterinary neurology in particular is that we're married to the MRI, and wherever there's an MRI, you don't want to uncouple from that money making machine, basically, because the business that you're a part of, you need that or that's like where your income comes from.
Right.
So you can't like discouple yourself from the MRI very easily.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you do, if I were to offer like remote MRI reads, well, who am I going to read it from? I'm going to read it from a facility with an MRI sitting there, and I can promise you there's going to be a neurologist associated with it already.
Yeah.
Well, you also, it's not just for the money thing. It's just you can't do your job or surgical planning without an MRI. So like you're so reliant on imaging,
Yeah. If
I
MRI
just didn't
goes
want-
away, like I literally can't practice.
I didn't want people to get the wrong impression. Like you can't get paid without MRI.
No,
But I'm
that's
saying
not
is like you can only do your job with
It confirms what you're doing with the
Correct.
physical exam leads
Yeah.
you into a direction, and the imaging tells you what that answer is basically.
Right, but that's the point
Sometimes.
I'm trying to make is that
Most of the time.
you can't practice like there's no real market for like a remote MRI reading sort
Right.
of a thing
Yeah.
because wherever the MRI is happening, there is a neurologist there because there has to.
Right.
Be. There's
Right.
no and honestly, there's not very many people in vet med who know how to run the machine and what sequences to even do.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no text like we have.
Yeah,
Like MRI text.
I've seen people try to start veterinary imaging centers and do like outpatient imaging for like MRI and CT, and it's brutal.
Yeah.
Like the reads or just the
The imaging probably.
Not the reads are the reads. You can have a radiologist read it still, but the problem is we don't know, like part of knowing and recognizing when to use that in a dog is like almost like it's the entire specialty that we train for.
Yeah,
so you
right,
can't
right.
ask like a general practice doctor or an ER doctor to like recognize like what MRI to order
Oh, okay.
and
Right.
stuff like
right.
that.
Because they would have to protocol it basically as to like what sequences, what do you want here?
Yeah, but then it's like
Unless you
they're
had
trying
an
to
auto protocol system or something.
but then they'd be trying to communicate to an owner like a radiologist read, and then the owner's going to have a bazillion questions about what are you even talking about, like what disease is
Right,
this,
right.
what to do next, and then it gets into like medical decision making that's outside of your specialty.
Yeah.
So it's just really like we don't have things like partitioned like human medicine does. Like
Because I think we like whoever you work with, you have an idea of what they do. Like, so
Right.
us as radiologists, it's like, I have an idea when I read like a prostate MRI or something like that, like I have an idea of what the urologist wants out of this.
Right.
And then he knows what I'm talking about. So there's like the report communicates between both of us for the most part. And it's also easy to talk to. Whereas I feel like in vet med, it's like, there's a little bit of like between the generalists and the specialists, there's not like a ton of, there's less understanding between what people do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, basically the generalist refers a patient to me or whoever, surgeon, oncology, whatever. And then like we're responsible for like usually for finding like the diagnosis and what's like actually going on.
Yeah.
And so we order the advanced like testing like that.
And then you
That's
kind of
kinda how
take
it
over
works.
care. Okay.
Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more of a case transfer rather than, help me with this MRI. Okay, I got the rest of it.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Interesting.
Oh well. So you're telling me there's issues in veterinary and human medicine? I find it hard to
No,
believe.
it's all perfect.
Don't say.
Yeah.
It's a perfect system.
Yeah, it's all
So
perfect.
we're like an hour and a half here. So
Jeez.
you wanna
Look
end
at
this?
us.
Yeah, we never did an intro, but whatever.
I know. We won't do an outro either. We'll just.
I think. Yeah.
Fade off into the sunset with Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna have Drake send us off.
yeah, hit it, Drake. Hit it, Drizzy.
Last name ever, first name greatest.
There you go. Look at you,
Oh
Jim.
wow, Jim! I'm surprised you know the song, Jim.
That's
Got shot by
that's
that.
from the Sprite ads before a movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
And
he
his
had an
face was like-
endorsement deal. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
his
only
face
reason
would
I know.
like explode, right? Yeah.
Because all those times I saw Star Wars, I kept seeing Drake ads.
Oh God, such a lose. On that
Speaking of
note,
comic book movies, Batman comes out this week. Ooh.
will not be watching.
Yeah.
Michael, hold on. Before we go,
Yeah.
Oh,
Michael hates movies.
Oh, Michael hates them.
I hate
Michael,
sitting
when's
still
the
for that
last
long.
time you went to a movie in person?
So I don't know. Is the short answer. Andrew and I have never seen a movie together,
I believe that.
so that'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Never. For
Dude,
one, I don't like
the
them, but
only person in
Andriana-
the world that hates movies.
He hates movies.
I know I don't hate them. I just can't sit down. Like I can't be like, oh, here's 3 hours. I have to sit down and watch a movie. I have
Right.
so many things thinking I like want to do. TV shows I can do. Movies I can't.
Oh God.
Yeah, but I can
Yeah.
watch my favorite movies over and over again.
When
Yeah.
hold on. What's the last movie that came out that you liked that you've seen? It's
He's
so
watched less
strange how,
movies than
like,
he's read books.
movies don't like come across his radar at all.
No.
Jim and I love movies.
I don't even
Yeah.
pay attention.
We used to go see movies all the time when Jim lived in Chicago.
anything. I can't remember the last movie I don't watch them. Maybe a Netflix movie.
Well, that doesn't count. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
You know,
not.
I
Yeah,
I mean,
Tommy-
they were closed for like 2 years.
yeah, but
Tommy
even
and I mean, we saw Aquaman, we saw the Avengers movies, we saw
I mean, pretty much every Marvel movie that came
Spider-Man.
out, we would go
yeah,
see
every Marvel
that
movie
weekend.
that came out between 2016 and 2021 we saw.
I mean, even some
What was
other
the-
movies like Booksmart, we saw that together with me, you, and
Yeah, we
Liz.
saw
were
Booksmart.
dying in that movie. But
Yeah, the
it's
movie's
so
hilarious.
funny.
We saw
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Also a great
Mhm.
movie.
What was
Also
the
a great movie.
one? What was the movie with the Hulk and
Well,
Iron Man? Was it Iron Man?
The Avengers.
the Avengers.
Maybe I saw that one. Which one was
I
Loki?
can't-
He was in there.
Oh,
Yeah. That's like
He
the
was the-
first Avengers movie.
What was the one where Hulk like smashed Loki back and forth?
that was the first.
That was the
Avenger
first.
movie.
I saw that. When
It's
did that
only
come
like
out?
the seminal movie moment of 2012.
When did that come out? I saw that one. That was probably
2012.
Yeah.
that was the last movie I remember seeing.
Yeah,
Oh
that was a
my
good summer because The Dark Knight Rises
10 years
came out
ago.
the next month.
That
I
was a good
hate
movie
Batman
also.
movies. I can't watch
Oh
Batman.
my god.
The way he's always like,
Why does he always talk like that?
oh, I
Where
saw.
is she?
Yeah, I hate that. Like, can you just talk can you just speak normally?
Where is she?
Just
Rachel!
speak normally. Can you
Michael,
just be like,
hold on. There's something here. Michael, who is your least favorite superhero?
Spider-Man?
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Dude, that's my favorite.
Oh, he's lame.
You know what?
Even though Mark
Spider-Man's the
Bagley,
best.
Mark Bagley lived next door to us growing up.
He's so lame, man. He's like small and he has a stupid web.
He's so small.
If I'm gonna have an action hero, I want him to be like huge and just like
Yoked.
destroy things.
So
like-
hold on.
Dude,
Like
Spider-Man's
Juggernaut.
Hold on,
the-
hold on.
Juggernaut's the best guy.
Juggernaut is sick.
Juggernaut
You know,
is pretty
I just want
sick.
some
Yeah, he's
huge
sick.
guy that just destroys everything.
Juggernaut gets wrecked by a lot of people though. That's the problem.
Yeah. You like
So-
Thanos, but
Hold
like
on.
the hero.
Hold on.
All
So
Yeah, I don't know who Thanos is though.
Michael, you probably like Thor, right?
I never saw it.
No, I'm saying like the character, like that would
The
be, like,
hammer
a good-
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw him though.
Okay.
Hammer guy.
You like? How do you? Wait a second. How do you know about Juggernaut, but you don't know much about Thor?
Juggernaut's
'Cause, like,
X-Men, the cartoon.
That's
from
like
growing
old
up.
school X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I just remember him being big, like the
I-
helmet hat.
He's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
And,
like
he's-
him.
and like nobody can touch him. He just like swats people.
He
off.
was in the
Yeah.
Avengers. He was in the
I love
Avengers
that.
too.
He's in a Deadpool.
What was the one he
Deadpool.
ran through the wall? He would run through the wall.
That was the X-Men movie.
Yeah.
I saw that one then.
You know
Oh,
what?
okay.
Me and you saw that together with your
Yeah.
ex-girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how long ago that was.
That
Yeah,
was
jeez.
2007.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. Oh
Jeez.
my God.
15
Yeah.
years ago.
That might have been the last movie that you've seen was X-Men 3.
I can't
terrible
remember
one.
the last one.
Oh,
Brett
I mean,
Ratner X-Men.
Oh, it was awful.
unless it's
They
Top
fight
Gun.
on the Golden Gate Bridge at the end.
Yeah. There's Wolverine has to stab Phoenix.
I mean,
And
unless
Magneto's
it's
like full of puns.
Yeah.
Too much iron in your blood.
Yeah, that's right. That was a
Yeah.
sick scene though. That's actually
hold
kind
on.
of cool.
So back to Michael. You think Spider-Man is like the worst hero?
awful.
I can't believe it, man.
He does
love-
nothing.
He's from
he
New
has
York.
no,
Dude, he's
has
so
no power.
strong. He's
First
like
of all, Tobey Maguire is your
First of all,
superhero.
Michael, did you see him catch the Winter Soldier's hand?
yeah,
Tobey
freaking-
Maguire.
Jim's joking like that's not cool, but that is such a sick scene right there.
Oh, it was sick. It was beyond
Tobey
sick.
Maguire, guys.
He goes,
You
"You
have
have a metal arm," and I'm like, "You just caught that hand."
Dude, so sick.
Hey, Tobey Maguire. There's
Okay,
your
we're not talking
superhero.
about Tobey Maguire.
He has a constant thing like the Venom, like the third Spider-Man of the originals.
Mm-hmm.
He has that
I
view
just
of
don't-
like emo Tobey Maguire.
You know who I
Spider-Man.
also hate? You know who I also hate superhero wise is Superman. He's so lame.
Superman is kind of lame.
No, I'm-
a green crystal is like
I'm
kills you.
long Superman. I think Superman is.
Nah. Anybody who doesn't have crazy superpowers or is enormous,
Superman's kind of a
Does
dork.
the
though.
Superman not fall into that category?
he just like has a cape and stuff, right? He just like flies, and he's powerful. He's like he basically is Captain America without the shield.
No, he's way
No.
stronger. Again.
They're like the same person.
I mean,
I
Superman.
mean, I agree. Superman's an absolute loser, but
Yeah.
like he's unstoppable outside of
Kryptonite.
So hold on. Do you like Batman?
Dude, Batman's so sick.
So Batman has
Batman
no
with time?
power. Batman has no
he's just,
like
he's
with
just a
time to
guy, so
prepare?
that doesn't resonate
That-
with Michael.
no, it
Michael
doesn't
like
resonate
that.
with
Yeah.
he has to have like tool belt and like all this gear and stuff, and it's all lame, and like he can still jump out of a building somehow.
Michael
about,
doesn't value like his detective skills. Like he's not
No.
into that.
No, but unless you destroy objects, like who's
But
the
do you
big
like-
guy?
You like the Hulk and like Juggernaut.
What about Iron Man?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
you
Iron
love
Man?
Iron Man.
Yeah, you gotta love Tony Stark.
I
Dude,
do.
He's like your dream,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
billionaire.
when he's in his suit
dream
and he's like wrecking people with missiles, you love that.
Oh,
I like
just
that.
what-
Yeah, I like the missiles and stuff.
So
Yeah.
He's got like shoulder mounted rockets that are just
Oh.
never ending.
Yeah, I like that.
Never. Oh, so true.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it in a while, but I think Tony Stark is kind of
You like Star Lord, right?
he's kind of cheesy though. You know what I do like though? I will say is like a good Jedi. Man,
I mean,
Yeah, like a good Star Wars.
I like
moment.
that. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Like a good
like
in the,
Boba Fett. You know, like
who is the woman with the long Jedi with in the recent TV show we watched?
God, what's her name? I just
Mandalorian?
In the Mandalorian.
forgot.
Yeah, with the headpiece.
Ahsoka Tano.
yeah,
Yes.
Ahsoka-Tano, yeah.
She is so badass. When
Yeah,
she
she's sick.
when she showed up
Rosario
like
Dawson character.
yeah, like when I see that stuff and she just shows up and just wrecks everybody.
Yeah,
I like that.
Michael.
like that.
Michael likes a good Jedi soloing.
Yeah, I good Jedi is where it's at.
Yeah.
You really get into the lightsaber lighting up with like fog around it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, that's that's where it's at.
Oh,
Michael, but you like Darth. You think like Darth Vader's cool, right?
yeah, he's just
cool.
kind of he's a little slow. You know, he just kind of like walks. I don't like that.
I mean, there's like a new Obi-Wan Kenobi show coming out, and there's like him and
you know
Darth
who-
Vader are going to be in it.
You know what I like is
Oh,
I
yeah.
like
And Hayden
Mandalorian.
Christensen is literally Darth Vader in the show.
Is he really?
Yeah,
I didn't
and,
know
like,
he was
they're
gonna
gonna
be-
they're gonna
I don't know
have
who that
like
is.
they're gonna have. Well, he's the kid who played Anakin Skywalker in the prequel movies, which was terrible, but
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
But they're gonna have like Darth Vader hunting down Obi-Wan and Luke, like in the show. And
Sheesh.
it's coming out in like next month.
Man,
You know who
it's
I
got my
like?
heart rate up.
Yeah,
Is,
I'm a little bit excited right now.
I like Mandalorian. I like bounty hunters like that. Just big, like
Yeah.
unstoppable bounty hunters. I like that too.
I
That's
like a nice like suit of armor with weaponry attached to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
A
jetpack,
little weathered. Yeah.
the
little
mobility
weathered.
that a jetpack gives you, whether it's Iron Man or whether it's Boba Fett or any other Mandalorian in that clan. When you get the jetpack involved and you can fly and maneuver and like snipe people while you're flying and stuff.
Get the height real fast.
Oh,
and kinda
I
get
like
the
that.
advantage.
And then the brute strength of like Juggernaut and Hulk.
I also like the big vehicles like the AT-ATs. I like those too.
Oh
Yeah,
so sick.
AT-ATs or something.
Any
else.
powerful vehicle like that, I like that too.
Yeah. I mean, you basically love everything in Empire Strikes Back. which
Yeah,
is
pretty much.
rightfully so.
Anything that involves like massive destruction and carnage, either caused by, superhuman strength or a big machine, I like.
Yeah.
Like that giant ship that Vader flies in
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
This is
The
the
Executor.
executioner.
I'm pretending like I don't know.
Giant gun that shoots out and just destroys a planet.
Yeah.
Jim,
I mean, Jim knows it all.
yeah. Jim's pretending like he doesn't
This
know.
is
Loser.
Dreadnought Class A Star Destroyer from SWAT Drive Yards.
Just happened to look it up.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. Definitely not off the top of my
God.
head. Oh God.
All right. Let's make sure everybody likes and subscribes to the channel. This video, share with your friends,
Like and
and family.
subscribe.
Yeah,
Share it
I'm
with
gonna
your
put
friends
this.
and family.
I'm
Let
gonna
it
put this
run
on
in the background. That too.
Yeah, let it run in the background while you're
Yeah.
at work or whatever. That's what I listen to podcasts. I just
Yeah.
let it run.
If you think of a
Um,
question you want to ask a vet or two doctors,
Leave in the comments.
Yeah,
I'm going to
leave in the
put this on Spotify and iTunes or Apple Podcasts soon.
Nice.
I'm getting that worked out. I'm getting this. I'm downloading all the sound pieces and everything. So
Perfect.
getting that taken care of. So subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you all on
we'll see you
podcast
guys
4
next week. We're gonna post every Sunday, right?
every Sunday.
Yep.
We're getting it done. We'll see you
All right.
later.
Beautiful.
All right.
I'm gonna go eat
Ciao.
dinner.